The title of the talk today is kind of like the name of the series is technically on Sunday is Guides to Better Living. And so this is kind of a easygoing type class today. I want to start off by talking about a concept that Europeans are catching on to today. It's called minimalism. Have anybody heard of minimalism? Yeah. Minimalism is an idea, not that you won't have money, but the less things you have in your life, the less clutter in your life. Like all these things that people see, we're taught that things is going to hook you up. So the more cars you have, better off. Bigger house, more house you have, better off, right? In other words, these are the guidelines that they have, or the guideposts for so-called success or achievement. And so the more of those things that you acquire in this life, the better off you're supposed to be, right? Or the more happier and what have you. Okay, enough people have acquired those things today or in the recent past that they saying, hey, there's got to be something else going on. Because this, first of all, they look at the people right ahead of them. And they having, people at 30 and 40 is having heart attacks and strokes and all that stuff. Anything they want. There's a whole millionaire class, I don't know, thousands of people who are technically not just worth $1 million, but they have millions of dollars. They have access to that. And they ain't happy at all. The happiness curve or intelligence quotient or happiness quotient that these white folks use, they're not touching it at all. So a movement is growing out of that. Instead of maximalism in acquisition of things, they're learning that the less they have, the better. Not the less access, but the less that you use, right? Or the less that you consume, or the less that you have around you, you have a freer life. In other words, they have found that all that wealth, instead of freeing you up, in some cases it makes you a prisoner. I can give you a perfect example to a Negro friend of mine. And this Negro, he's very fortunate because he had a chance to go through all of these things. And he came to this way back when he was a youngster. He was a young Negro that was taught about being big. The bigger the better. That's when America was a big sky, the big ranch. You know, America was big, you know. So he grew up with that idea. And in the game that he was involved in, they had big niggas and little niggas. Big niggas was the ones really successful. If you remember the old movies and stuff, back in the 70s, the blaxploitation movements always referred to Mr. Big. Mr. Big. And Mr. Big was in each town, it was not true, but it had a little grain of truth in it. In every town, that was a Mr. Big. That was the biggest nigga in town, but it was true with white folks too. In every town in those days, there was a big white man that almost owned everything and a few white people under him. The same thing existed in the black neighborhood. You had a Mr. Big that everybody knew. When Mr. Big drove by, everybody, they don't do it now. Boy, but when Mr. Big drove by, see, we didn't have all them white newspapers and TV to get all the news and everything. So all of our news was internal news mostly about what we did. And we talked about our heroes. Boy, Mr. Big drove by. If they just saw Mr. Big go by, they talked about that for days. If they saw him, they could be right in the neighborhood. So they talked about Mr. Big and the people around Mr. Big. So in America, that idea of bigness is normal. And if you notice, one of the deadliest things that happened to America was the concept of big. Now I want you to think about American cars, Cadillacs, Lincolns. I wish you could see the last super big car America made, the big dinosaur. 1985 Brougham, that was a big, big car. But the 60s and the 70s was the same. The bigger the better. They was big bundles of junk. And America came up with a concept, right? They've been had it for years, but every 2 years they would change the body style, right? So they had a style that they would change the style every 2 years. So if you looked at the 1954 Cadillac, it was exactly like the 55 Cadillac, except it had 6 bars on the back where the trunk is. That's the only difference. If you look at the 56 and the 57 Cadillac, well, those two were similar, but yet a little bit different. But if you look at the 57 and the 58 Cadillac, they was almost exactly the same. And probably one of the most beautiful cars in history is the 57 and 58 Eldorado, not the Eldorados they have now. If you looked at the 65 Cadillac and the 66 Cadillac, they was almost exactly the same. 67 and 68 was almost the same. They had a little light on the back of the 68. So I had a 67, so I put a little decal on the back and nobody could tell the difference whether I had a 68 or a 67 Cadillac. They didn't care that much because as long as you changed up every 2 years. Designed obsolescence is what America developed. The concept of designed obsolete. You design a car that is obsolete every 2 years. So what do you have to do? You have to get a new car. Not like Rolls Royces, they look the same for 10 years or more, right? Some cars look the same for a long period of time. That means if you bought a Volvo in 81, if you bought one in 87, it would look almost the same if it was a station wagon, classic kind. Okay. Not only were they good cars, but they kept a certain shape. American cars, when the gas went up sky high and the oil boycotts of the 1970s kicked in, and they had gas lines in America, the rest of the world's cars got even smaller than they was and more fuel efficient. Number one, in Europe, petrol is more expensive than it is here. In the old days, gas was 35 cents a gallon before the oil boycott. Later on, it was 68 cents a gallon. Then it went to the sky. But Europe developed cars that were smaller and more fuel efficient. And guess who else did too? The island nation. See, England is an island nation. Japan is an island nation. So they have to import all their petrol because they don't have gas, they don't have oil on the island of Japan, right? So Japan, that was a time when they used to say, so goes General Motors, so goes America. That means General Motors, Buick, Ford, all them. I mean, Buick, Ford is the other crew. But Buicks, Cadillacs, and our Oldsmobiles, they don't make them no more, all of that. General Motors. General Motors is broke now. What happened? By 1973 and 74 and 75, you could get Cadillacs free on the used car thing almost. All the white folks got rid of their Cadillacs, and all the niggas were still buying them up. Why? Even the old Cadillacs I had 482 cubic inches and 500 cubic inches engines. They had a 4-barrel carburetor. And you could put 2 4-barrel carburetors. Anybody that raced a little bit, they would put 2 4-barrel carburetors. Or you could get 3 deuces, which is 3 2-barrel carburetors, all lined up. These are all carburetors, like that suck up gas. And each one of them have a little jet that's called a barrel. So you got a 4-barrel carburetor, and that carburetor that used gasoline, that's enough. It had 4 jets in there that sucked up. So the Cadillac in 71, it got 11 miles a gallon on the highway and 9 in the city. Gas hit the roof. White folks had enough sense to get rid of all of those. Also, planned obsolescence. The last Cadillac that I had with 50,000 miles and 5-year warranty was 1969. The 1970 looked similar to the 1969, but if you hit the 1970 with your hand, right, you put a dent in it. The 1970. They were made the same and everything, but the 1970 had 1-year warranty, not 5 years, and 12,000 miles. Warranty, 12,000, that's 1 year use. You just drive that. White folks just drive 12,000 miles. Niggas in a Cadillac, he live in it because he just drive because everybody see him. So you can't see him without that. Every time you look up, there he is. He getting his money's worth out of that boy in notoriety and popularity because everybody talked about it. But let me continue. Therefore, the Cadillac, the General Motors that they used to talk about, so goes General Motors, so goes America. When the oil boycott kicked in the 70s, and when Japan, the first Toyota I saw, I got a picture of it. 1969, we used to laugh at it. Toyota was like a toy, But if you look now, you don't see nothing but Toyotas. You don't see nothing but Nissans. And guess what? Imagine in those days when gas was going to the roof, and Negroes was buying up all them Cadillacs, he had to have big money just to operate them. The tank in the cars I used to drive, they had 36-gallon tank. 36 gallons. And you use that up kind of quick. Okay. A double, triple, quadruple whammy hit America. Number one, the oil boycott from Arab oil pushed prices up. Number two, the U.S. had a policy of planned obsolescence. That means they made the cars to last only 2-3 years, 3 years maximum. So you get to drive it, it's a brand new car, you paid $1 billion for it. It's made to break down. It's called planned obsolescence. You plan for your car